So, they are good. At the same time, it's important that we're not exactly, chumps up front either. We have confidence in our guys, confidence in our ability to do some things. So we need to do what we do, regardless of how strong they are in certain areas.
Yeah, this is a Graham team that's won their last 5 games. This will be their first home game in the last 2 games. This is also their last home game of the year, so it'll be senior night for them tomorrow night. They've outscored their last 3 opponents 132-27 as they've just been dominant over the past few weeks. They also haven't lost a home game in close to 400 days, so it's been a while for them. They're averaging 241 yards a game on the ground, so they're going to try to ground and pound it a lot like Abingdon tried to do last week, and really Chilhowie, but they're doing it different ways, so it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against them.
Yeah, they do run the ball well. But that's not to say they can't throw it. Certainly they have the most explosive guy that we've seen so far out there at wide receiver. And, so they do put the ball in the air, so I think that's a little bit deceptive. But Cameron Allen at quarterback, he's certainly a slippery kid. He can move. He runs the ball well. Other quarterback / running back, Devin Lester, he does things really well for him. So they have that ability to run, but certainly you can't overlook the passing game because certainly they're trying to get the ball in number 5's hands as much as they can.
So getting back to Graham, where do you feel like your offense holds the advantages over their defense?
I don't know if you come in with any preconceived advantages. I think those things sort of sort themselves out. We have a game plan which we'll stick to. So, I don't know if you say you're going to exploit this or exploit that. They're balanced. They're good in all phases. So more than anything, it's just about you have a game plan that you think gives you overall greatest chance of winning the game in the end, and we'll stick to that plan.
Yeah, to stick to that scheme that you brew up all week, right?
That's right.
And, Coach, we ask you this each week. It saves Mark the trouble. I'd hate to give him too much more to do. 3 keys to the game for the game tomorrow night.
You have to limit touches that they get the ball to Cook. In terms of that, I mean, really, yards after catch, etc. We have a saying, don't let the dam burst. So, don't let a small play turn into a huge play. We have to limit those. They've been really successful for him catching a little fast screen and taking the distance. So we have to be able to limit that. Containing him is kind of priority number 1. Second thing we have to do is probably deal with some adversity. They're a good football team. There's going to be some momentum shifts at different points during the game. How we handle those will be key in the end. And maybe if I had to come up with a third one, it's just keep throwing jabs, keep playing. It's going to be a 48-minute game. Make sure we just stick to our plan in all 3 phases.
Okay, so now for the first time we've had some tweets come in for us to #AskCats. Trying to get some fan interaction for the show. And we got a couple of questions I think Mark's been able to find as he'll go to the social media here for us, figure out. I know we've got a couple of tweets for Coach Chris. The first one from Doug Rose. So you know him pretty good. So he's here. So
that's right.
A lot of pressure here between the question and the answer. How many hours of film a week would you say you and your staff watch?
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever added it up. To kind of take you through our processes, we watch film on Friday night, and what we'll do is clip the film as we watch it. In general, that's 2.5 hours. At a minimum, whatever time it gets published is usually when we're done watching our game film, and then we'll usually try to watch 1 game film of an opponent if we already have it. So then through that, breaking down in one opponent's film would take roughly hour to an hour and a half to enter some data in it. So you multiply that by however many films we have of them, and then you go back. Every coach has different things they're looking for. So, as a coordinator, sometimes you'll go back and look at personnel. Coach Amberg, he has his processes that he goes through, and it's kind of everything builds on each other. So, being ready for Monday doesn't mean you're ready for the following Friday yet, if that makes sense. So you may go back on a Tuesday and look at something situationally. Go back on a Tuesday evening and look at a certain special team. So I don't know if I should look it up and add it up. I'll try to do that. You can on Huddle. I know we have some moms that watch some film, and they're always wanting to know what their total hours are. So Andrea Carroll can't be here, but she's usually here every week faithfully. So maybe she's listening, but she usually she tries to log the most hours for a mom.
Yeah, she probably logs the most hours on listening to our radio show too.
Hey, that's right. She's a loyal Bearcat supporter.
I would say last week I watched at least 2 hours of film for the Abingdon game, so put me on the coaching staff.
There you go. We'll give you a headset.
Hey, I already have one, so I'll just bring it.
We're just ready to go. So a couple more questions. A couple from Shannon Piedmont.
She's here too.
Know her pretty well.
Yep.
What's your favorite song to listen to before a game?
This year I don't listen to any music before the games. I don't know how that happened. I think I forgot my headphones, and then I just stopped doing it. So I honestly don't even listen to any music before the game this year. I don't even have my headphones in. If I did, it'd be Pandora. It'd be something the kids probably wouldn't really like. Journey. It'd be something probably soft.
Don't Stop Believing.
80s, yeah. I mean, it'd be something like that. Maybe that shows my age
Coach
a little
Chris
bit.
a pair of Beats, to wear into the stadium.
Bluetooth wireless.
Yeah, good question. And I think we have another one from Shannon here for you.
Which Bearcat football player would win in an arm wrestling competition?
Ooh, I'd have to defer to them on that.
Who would win an arm wrestling competition?
I'd maybe put a little money on. You think Helton? I feel like Elijah would be pretty good. He'd be a worthy.
They're not helping you out at all.
Opponent. You guys don't have any answers either, do you? So
we'll hit them with that one.
They don't want to say themselves.
We got plenty more coming up for them. So I'm trying to throw in a few names.
Them. Yeah.
Who was it?
AJ. He's number 30. So he's one of our kickers. So they're putting a little money on him.
We might have to do that one week, have an arm wrestling competition 1 week from down here. The winner gets a dozen wings or something.
That's right.
Instead of Sports Chat, we'll have an arm wrestling competition.
Yeah. So, Coach Chris, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys.
And good luck tomorrow night. Give Coach Chris a round of applause. As up next, we'll have Matthew Dean joining us, the senior linebacker for the Cats. We'll be right back here on Bearcat Sports Chat.
Listen to Virginia High School football on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. You're listening to Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com. Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Yet Council.
You're listening to the best high school football in the Tri-Cities on the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Bearcat Sports Chat. And we thank Coach Chris for joining us. He's already left the building. He's in a hurry to get back home, get ready for the big trip tomorrow. We're now joined by Matthew Dean, senior linebacker. Thank you for coming on and joining us, Matt. Wait a minute, we got to get his mic turned on here. There we go. Coach Chris set you up there.
Thank you for having me.
So, Matt, he should be pretty well prepared. He took a screenshot of the questions, and he had to look at them again here right when he first came on.
Now he's so nervous he can't even turn on his microphone.
Yeah, so
Hey.
this is what I got to deal with Mark every week. So, Matt, to start you off with, take us through the game-clinching sack. Tell us about what happened, what you saw pre-snap, going through the play, and then after the play.
Well, you got 10 seconds on the clock. I knew they were going to pass. So, Coach Chris sent linebacker Daniel Vencer and me on a edge blitz, and I knew he was going to either Gabe Booth was going to have to roll out to the left or right side. So, I came off that edge and I saw him.
He rolled right into
Yeah,
you.
he just rolled right into me. He tried to cut it out, but I just got my hands on him and sacked him. And, 10 seconds left. They're not going to be able to do anything after that. And right after that, it was a great feeling just to know that we ended the game and they couldn't come back from that.
Yeah, it was one of the most exciting high school games. I'd probably say it's the closest high school game I've called, and I did some Hogo a couple of years ago, and it seemed like everywhere I went it was a blowout. So that game right there was probably the most dramatic game I've gotten to call, so it was a lot of fun.
It was definitely nerve-wracking.
It's one of those high school games that you'll remember for a long time.
Oh, yes.
The crowd there was amazing for Abingdon. I mean, they were loud.
Mm-hmm.
The student section, so many kids there watching the game. It was really a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Hey, don't sell the Bearcat fans short.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
They
I'm
had
not.
a good sideline.
Look how good a crowd we
sideline.
have out here tonight. We have close to 50 people here, so that's amazing. I think 48 are here just to see Matthew, so that's good.
That's right.
So, go ahead, Mark.
So we talked to Coach Chris during the postgame from Abingdon. He talked about that something was just clicking for you. What was that started clicking, and how were you able to execute that?
Well, we go through our week, like every week. We just get, we always do our guard tackle reads, and that's pretty much what we do every week to prepare for the game. We get our guard tackle, wherever they flow, we flow. They block down, we read the running back, and we either go outside or go into the inside. There's, when they pull, when the guard pulls, the line,
Yeah, watch out with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. When the guard pulls, the linebacker's supposed to come off his butt and make the tackle in the backfield. That was just clicking for me. Every time I see that he was lined up, I knew he was getting ready to pull. He had this weird stance he'd do every time he pulled. So I knew he was getting ready to pull, so I just come off his butt and make the tackle in the backfield. And that was just working for me this week.
How different is it facing a wing T? I know Chilhowie had a little bit of wing T in their system, but, having a true wing T, how different is that to prepare for a linebacker? I mean, you see motion every play, so you're getting your read right there pre-snap.
Just focus on guard, tackle, bubble. We do that every week. Coach says, don't look in the backfield. If we look in the backfield, we get yelled at for it.
Coach Chris wouldn't yell, would he?
No, but Coach Stewart does.
All right, so moving on to the next question. What is your mindset as a linebacker during the flow of the ball game, and how has it changed with your experience through your years? So, first of all, what's the mindset?
Mindset, go in full speed, no fear. You got to hit somebody as hard as you can. That's pretty much the linebacker mindset. You got to keep your focus on your reads. No silly mistakes, no looking in the backfield. You can't be doing that.
Can't fall for the eye candy.
No, you can't. I have trouble with that sometimes, but I'm working on it.
You should have gotten pretty good experience. Abingdon, Chilhowie moved a lot.
Yeah, they sure break it down into us that we got to stay on those guard tackle read.
Yeah, because you're the last guy on that edge. So
yeah,
definitely getting those Fitbit steps up.
So how has that changed though for you over your career at Virginia High?
I've definitely gotten better at it. I hardly look in the backfield anymore unless something crazy happens. My eyes just get back there just to have it. But usually our linebackers are very good at keeping their eyes on their reads. We've definitely improved with speed and physicality each year. I say I definitely have. That's for sure.
So what's it like being a linebacker, and what's your mindset with the defensive lines you've got being so athletic and physical to be able to get back and disrupt it on their own, even with a 3, maybe 4 down lineman at times? What's that like for you?
It definitely helps in the inside run game. Stack backers, we usually only have to, because of them, they do such a good job on the inside. Because of our great defensive linemen, they do such a good job on the inside that we just have to focus on that quarterback. He rolls out, we got to. We're sometimes the last defense, but it's definitely great having a physical defensive line because.
You see huge guys like the Barlows. You've got Dante Harris.
Choke slamming people every other play.
And going, even when they don't make tackles, they're eating up blockers. So that helps you fly in and get some sacks. And speaking of sacks, you lead the team in that category. You got 3 of them on the year, counting the 2 you had unless we're missing something now. We're going by Coach Chris' stat.